Hello, Indiana Virtual. As promised, here is a tutorial on the assignment for lesson 0306, mutations. Okay, I first went ahead and went to our Google site so I could give you a little bit of an introduction that we have here. Okay, so my introduction to you says, this lesson discusses the different types of mutations that can occur in chromosomes in DNA. It discusses various causes of mutations as well as possible results, including a discussion of cancer. Your task in this lesson will be to analyze data regarding breast cancer and the BRCA gene, and then make a claim about genetic variations using scientific evidence to defend your reasoning. Now that might sound a little bit complicated, but I think once you get into the assignment, you won't find that it is terrible. Okay, this assignment requires you to review breast cancer data and then respond to 7 discussion questions regarding that information. Okay, review the instruction sheet below as well as the grading rubric. Okay, so before I open this document here, I'm going to go back to your lesson. Okay, so here we are on that slide 8 of 0306 mutations. Okay, so we're going to read what the lesson introduces to us here. It says many different factors contribute to cancer, including some genetic factors. BRCA1 and BRCA2, breast cancer susceptibility genes 1 and 2, are human genes belonging to a class of genes called tumor suppressors. In normal cells, these genes help to ensure the stability of the DNA and help prevent uncontrolled cell growth. However, some BRCA1 and BRCA2 mutations have been linked to hereditary breast and ovarian cancers. Women and men both have an increased risk of developing breast cancer if they inherit a BRCA1 or a BRCA2 gene with a harmful mutation. Inheriting these mutations may put a person at increased risk of other cancers as well. Okay, so next it says, carefully read the instructions for the activity and be sure to review the assignment's rubric before completing and submitting the assignment. Okay, and rather than opening the instructions here, which you can open them here if you like, I'm just going to open them over on our Google site. Okay, so our activity instructions say, analyze the data presented in the graph and table below, then write a summary addressing the following. Okay, so here we have a histogram that shows the total estimated new breast cancer cases diagnosed in 2003. Our data is a little bit old here, but this is the assignment that we have to work with, okay? So we have a chart here. We have the estimated number of people, and then we have the age in years along the x-axis. Okay, so you're going to really need to break down this data. Look at this data. See, what is it telling you? What do you think it's telling you? You know, what can you infer from this data? What can you take from the lesson and apply to this data? Okay, so you're going to look through that data, and then we have another chart here. It says the results in this table below are from a 2007 study investigating BRCA mutations in women diagnosed with breast cancer. All of the women in the study had a family history of breast cancer. Okay, so what we have over here, we have various criteria, number of patients, average age at diagnosis, preventative mastectomy, and a mastectomy is the surgical removal of one or both breasts, either partially or fully. An oophorectomy is the surgical removal of an ovary or ovaries. Okay, and that's what's next, preventative oophorectomy. Okay, and number of deaths, and then the percent that died. Okay, along the top, we have the BRCA1, BRCA2 mutation, no BRCA mutation, and then the total numbers there. Okay, once you look at this data, you know, think about this chart here, examine the information here, and then you're going to answer these 7 bullet points here. Now, it does say in the original directions, it did say to answer this in paragraph format. If you want to answer these in paragraph format, I'm completely fine with that. If you want to answer them right on here, you know, just space down and then put your answer to that question underneath the question there. I'm totally fine with that too, because I think that serves us both well, you know you've addressed every one of these questions, and then I know you have addressed every one of these questions as well. Okay? We also can and should always take a look at the rubric. Okay, so here's your grading rubric worth a total of 30 points here. Okay, so we want you to be that master biologist. So you've earned 10 points for discussion of all topics in accuracy and completeness. You will earn a total of 16 points to show an advanced understanding of mutations, cancers, genetic topics covered in the lesson. So you're really tying it together. You're not just simply answering the question, but you are elaborating on it. You're proving to me that you really know what it is that you're talking about and showing that you have an advanced understanding of the topic. Okay? The concepts, evidence, arguments, and methods used to support thinking and show comprehension are advanced, and you go above and beyond what we typically see at this level. So let's see what kind of information you can really show me and prove to me that you understand what it is that you're talking about. And lastly, says the essay presentation, it is worth 4 points. It's clear, formatted well, no more than 2 errors in spelling or grammar. And as I just said a second ago, said grammar wrong. As I said just a moment ago, you do not have to actually write in paragraph format an essay. I'm okay if you don't want to do that. If you just want to keep the questions there and then format your answers below each question would be fine. Okay? All right, guys. Good luck on this assignment, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye. Actually, I'm back. Let's also talk about where you upload your assignment. Remember, you are going to go back to the lesson, and you can click on, whoops, not next. You can click on your tabs at the top, and that will take you to your submission page. Remember, you've got a big blue plus sign. You're going to click on that and add your Google Doc here. Don't forget to give me viewing rights to your Google Doc as well. You also can go to the main page and click on the mutation assignment there and submit. Once it's graded and returned to you, you always can click on View Grade Details and view any comments that I have on the grading rubric for you. Okay? All right. Now, go get them, guys. Good luck.